Leicester City, the football club behind one of the greatest miracle underdog stories in sports history, particularly in football history. They went from relegation contenders to champions of the Premier League, one of the most competitive divisions in the world, and since then were a very stable top half Premier League club, often challenging around the European places. But currently, things aren't going so well. I'm sure Leicester will get out of their current predicament, but they do find themselves at the bottom of the Premier League table, supposedly with some financial issues. Now, Leicester is also my hometown, and it matched up perfectly to be my first FM23 save, and I'm very excited to get into it. We will be not only trying to keep Leicester up and perform well in the Premier League, but actually win the Prem again, and hopefully win some European trophies along the way in as short a time as possible. There's going to be plenty of players that need moving on, a whole new tactical idea imprinted on the squad. I'm very, very excited for it. I can't wait. So let's run the intro and get right into it. Welcome everybody to the Leicester Save, welcome to the video and welcome to the channel if you are new. I can't wait for this Leicester Save. I've been thinking about it since FM23 was announced. I knew I wanted to do it, and the worse Leicester played in real life, the more I was looking at it and thinking, I could change that, you know? Obviously I couldn't do it in real life, but in Football Manager, I could change something. I can't wait to get it all underway, but before we do, just to let you know, I will release episode 2 as soon as we get 100 likes on this video. So if you guys get it within the first day, I'll release it the next day. That'll be filled with plenty of transfers. So if we can get to 100 likes, that'll be great. If you see it at 100 likes, keep it going. Any support would be greatly appreciated in terms of getting this in front of as many eyes as possible. I'm not one of the biggest Football Manager channels out there, so any support would be massive. You might notice as well, we're fairly close, at least at the time of recording, to 10,000 subscribers. So if you could help us hit that goal by hitting the subscribe button, I'm really sure you will enjoy the series, and I would massively appreciate it. It'll be great to hear from you in the comments as well if you're looking forward to the save, and it will help in the YouTube algorithm too. We've also got a Discord in the description, a Football Manager community of 300 plus people that can give you ideas. You can share your save, you can even just show off your latest wonder kids, or you can ask for help. They're a really helpful bunch of people, so feel free to join that. And the final thing is I am going part-time on YouTube now, so you'll be getting plenty more consistent videos. I'll be dropping 3 videos a week, hopefully, maybe even more in the beta stage, alongside some YouTube shorts. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss it. And there's also a join button near there as well. If you want to help financially support this decision, if you feel like checking it out, hit the join button and there'll be a little video about it. But we're now done with all of the YouTube plugs, so thank you for sticking with me throughout that. And let's get right into this Leicester save, shall we? Leicester City have hired Jake Cooper, and let's take a look around the club. That's what we'll be doing in today's episode, taking a look around, checking out the club vision, our squad, our transfer plans, and the tactic we're likely to play. And the next time you see us will be our first matches of the season and the transfers. So treat this as a little bit of an introduction, if you will. A lot of the action will happen in the next episode, but we need to plan it all out first and get used to our club and our squad. I mean, tactics we'll get into in a second. Let's check out the club vision. So they want us to play attacking football, work within the wage budget, become recognised as the best of the rest in the Premier League, which is quite a tough ask. What does that actually mean? Outside of the top 4, at the end of the current season, become the best of those rest teams. So they want, realistically, European football here. That's not going to be easy with the squad we've got, so that is going to take some work. They want us to be competitive in the FA Cup and also the Carabao Cup. We've got a few players on the injury table. Ricardo Pereira is done pretty much. We won't be seeing him. And Didi not out for too long, but Bertrand's out. And Danny Ward, who is going to be our first choice goalkeeper, like it or not, unless we make some transfers, is also injured. And that is pretty much everything that we need to know. I've accepted the club visions. A supporter profile is a new feature, and it looks like the supporters have a big influence on the board. We've got quite a big social media following. How much of this is going to matter, I don't know, but the fans want a top half finish with players from the youth system, entertaining football, and to finish above Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. I'm sure we can do that. Financially, we've apparently got £76 million in the bank balance and £10 million in our transfer budget, so we do have some funds to work with there. We do have a pretty big net debt at the club though, which we need to start sorting out, but I'm not worried about that too much right now. I just want to get our squad in the kind of shape where we can compete for those European places, as the board seemingly want us to do. Development Centre, have we got anybody cool here? I don't want all your tutorials, FM. I'm used to this game by now. Our best youth player is apparently Sammy Braybook, who looks like he could go on to be a pretty good player in terms of his potential, but he's not exactly blowing me away in terms of his attributes at the age of 18. Our staff situation doesn't look too bad, but it will need a little bit of work. But the important part is our squad. Let's skip all of this stuff and take a look at our players based on the coach reports. According to this, our best 3 players are Youri Tielemans, James Maddison and Jamie Vardy. Dewsbury Hall is up there, as is Ndidi, Castagna, Evans, and then you get on to the players where I think any of them really could be considered. I mean, guys, we might not keep around for too long. A lot of them aren't great. I mean, Patson Daka has got some potential, so I'll keep him around. The same with Luke Thomas. Harvey Barnes is a better player than I think they're rating him here. These ratings only come from my coach, so he might be getting it wrong, of course. But there's a lot of players that are just average, right? That would be squad players at best in a lot of other Premier League teams. Leicester squad, in my opinion, has got worse as the years have gone by. They have been a little bit of a selling club, which isn't a label you'd really want to put on them, and it's not really a bad thing. They've made some healthy profit off Fofana, off Harry Maguire in recent years, amongst many others, and they keep producing top talent. I mean, Mahrez, Kante, all of these pulled in decent fees as they drink water. So clearly we've got some work to do here to make this Leicester side a challenger for these European places. Just to let you know as well, I will get the badges fixed soon. I just don't usually install anything during the beta. Luke Thomas is our player in the first team with the most potential, as is Dewsbury Hall. Anyone else that's pretty young and with a lot of potential? Not really. It's a lot of middle-aged players who have kind of peaked and won't get too much better. And with this squad, and with all those injuries, and with the fact Leicester didn't recruit too well this summer, or at least weren't even able to recruit, it's going to be interesting what kind of tactics are recommended. Now, Gegenpress is recommended here. Let's have a look if there's anything we'd like to do. I mean, we could pick our own formation, but I'm very interested, actually. A 4-2-4. I've never done one of those before. Very attacking. It could be very fun. The game is suggesting it for us with the squad that we've got. So let's see what our best 11 would be if everybody was fit. So it reckons that right now, it would be Danny Ward in goal, Castagna, Soyuncu, Evans and Justin, and Ndidi and Tielemans in the midfield with Maddison, Barnes, Vardy and Iheanacho. Vardy being the pressing forward and Iheanacho being that forward that's slightly ahead in that advanced forward role, looking to finish teams off. And I think this could work. I mean, there's a pretty big reliance on Jamie Vardy, but Patson Daka could come into that role. James Maddison being stuck out on the wing, is that where he's best? I don't know. Is that too big of a gap in the midfield? Is Ndidi and Tielemans a strong enough midfield too? It might be. But this will need a little work. If this is what I go for, and I won't decide yet, we will have to recruit for this specific tactics. I'm not sure Leicester could run with this right now, but it's good to see to start off with. There's a lot of interest in some of our players. So first one is Ndidi. Apparently Man U, Newcastle and Bayern would be willing to make a deal there. Armate, Mendy, Soyuncu, Perez, Justin, Maddison, amongst many others with interest in them. And that's good because your favourite player might get sold in this save. I'll try and keep the real core here, at least at the start. But if we have to make a deal, for example, selling Ndidi for 40 million to reinvest in the team, would that be terrible? I don't know. It all depends on what kind of offers that we do get in to the club. But hopefully those guys could offer a fair bit of money. The squad planner is a new feature and shows you the depth in every position, and you can also see a few years ahead depending on how players are expected to develop. For example, right now Castagna is seen as our best right back, but in a couple of seasons James Justin should be at the level where he is now our best right back. So I will have to take a look around this and figure out where we want to go. I think centre-backs is a particular weak point. Vestergaard I'm not a fan of. Armati probably not too much either. Evans is old. Soyuncu could be decent for us. I mean, Wout Fez is a new sign-in who looks okay, but not too special in Football Manager. Left backs, again, Castagna isn't really an out-and-out left back, I wouldn't say. I see him more as a right back, right-footed, used to the full-back position. I'd stick him on the right. Justin, again, you're putting someone over there who maybe doesn't suit it all that well. Luke Thomas, I'm not sure. And then midfield as well, we're quite light in those areas. Right wing, there's not too much going on. Left wing as well, it's pretty much the same players are suggested for the right hand side. There is a lot of weaknesses in this squad and a lot of work that needs to be done, and that will all happen in the next few episodes. Let's see who is being suggested to us anyway, because that will give us a good idea. Martinez of Aston Villa, McAllister, Trossard, Bailey at Villa as well. You can see we're being suggested some of the better players at teams around our level, and Brighton players, Villa players, Crystal Palace players as well. And maybe that's what we'll have to do. just try and poach a few players here and there that we know are Premier League quality, worry about wonder kids later down the line, because right now we need a side that can compete and stay up and still do pretty well in the Premier League. And I'm not sure our squad is quite there just yet. So plenty to get into. Again, we won't do it all in this episode. This is just a little introduction, and episode 2 will kick off all of the action. That will be coming out very soon, hopefully, as long as you guys hit the like button. But yeah, just a massive thank you to anyone who shows your support on the series. I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be great fun. Hopefully you have enjoyed this introduction to the save, but if you're not convinced yet, stick around for episode 2, see what we do with this squad, and then decide, because I really do think with the amount of interest we've got in these players, we might be able to rebuild Leicester into a pretty much full new team straight away, but it all depends on how well I can navigate this transfer market. You'll have to stick around to episode 2 to see how we do it though. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you have enjoyed. You're all awesome. Stay safe. Enjoy FM23, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you and goodbye.